Welcome, class. We're going to move into some hip stretches, some twists, and some lengthening for our hamstrings, and then a final meditation. So this is a great workout for the beginner, a great workout for someone who does a lot of seated in their day, sitting at a desk or driving a car. All those activities take a lot of toll and pressure on the hips and the pelvis. So let's get that stretched out together. Coming down to frog pose. So we want to bring the knees apart and allow the toes to point away from the body. The knees are parallel to each other. The calves are parallel to each other behind us. And then we come down with a nice lifted belly. So we want to make sure the abdominals are carrying us through the back, supporting us in the work. The toes are turned out with the flexed ankles, and that just protects our knees. And with every breath we take, we just want to allow the stretch to happen for the inner thighs. So you want to sink the hips back just a little bit, just find that little place in your body that works for you to help with the stretch, breathing into those areas of tension to allow them to release. Now slowly bringing the toes together, knees still stay apart. Let's come into a wide knee child's pose. So extending your arms out in front of you, allowing the chest to come down to the ground, and allow your head to rest on the ground. This is a very restorative pose. It allows for the back to release as well as the hips and the inner thighs. So just allow time and space for this beautiful stretch to land in your body. Slowly lift yourselves back up. And now I would like you to take your right hand and thread it through to the left side underneath your armpit and allow the shoulder to come down just to where it's comfortable for you. If you want to rest your head on the ground, you're welcome to do that. If it doesn't feel comfortable for you, then just keep the head lifted. And you can use the supporting hand to give you a little bit more rotation through the shoulders, all the while maintaining hips level with the floor, the rotation coming only from the upper back. Breathe in, lift yourself up and switch direction. Exhale as you tuck your hand underneath you, allow the shoulder to come down, allow the body to relax into that position. If you want, the head can come down and just gently pressing into the supporting hand to give you that little bit more rotation through the upper back. Nice job. Slowly come up. And we're going to come into a seated position, modified half lotus. So seated with the legs crossed, the foot can be down. It can be on top of the calf or right up onto the side. Make sure the foot is flexed, and that's really going to help out to give us that beautiful opening effect for the hips. So you want to tap your fingers behind you, lift your chest up. So we're creating that long lifted spine first, and then walk the hands forward of the body just to where it feels right for you. And allow your body to take this time to get that stretch in. Enjoy it. Breathe through it. And slowly opening up to the side. Just feel the stretch coming into the back there. Shoulders away from the ears. Gently turning with the hips grounded. Now let's switch up the leg. So switch direction here. Allowing the other foot to come in front. And take the position for the ankle that works for your body, making sure both hips are landed. Plant your fingertips behind you to create length there. Breathing tall into the spine. Then when you're ready, just come forward with a long lifted spine. So we really just want to keep that extension through the crown of the head. Try not to curl your back too much. It's really about opening up the back of the body. Just breathe into that. Slowly, when you're ready, opening up the arm, just lifting it to the side. Feel the stretch coming down the side of the body. Turn your eye gaze to the side wall, gently pressing the knees to the ground, opening up the side of the hip, the back, and the shoulder. Good job. Release. Now facing side onto your mat. Set up for your lunge position. Making sure, again, the knee is aligned over the ankle. Hips are low to the body. And then we land our hand. If you want to advance this, option to tuck the toes, lift the knee off. Then I'd like you to lift right up into your lunge position. So the hips are right above, the shoulders are right above the hips. And then take the back arm, reach it over to the front, and just feel that stretch coming through the hip joint all the way through the side of the body. If this doesn't feel good for you, you do have options. You can bring the knee down and do the same thing. So you're bringing your knee down and you're extending over to the front. Good job. Switch. So land the hands, do a 180-degree turn, and switch direction. Back knee lands to start us off. Just get the pelvis and the hips in a good position. Make sure the knee's in alignment over the ankle. Bottom hand is down for support. Remember, you're welcome to stay in this place or tuck your toes and lift off. And then I'd like you to bring your chest up when you're ready. Stabilize there, anchoring through the back leg, feeling the stretch in the hip. And when you're ready, reaching the back arm up and over to get a side stretch. Just feel that coming in through the hip, the side of the body, into the shoulder. Beautiful hip stretches. Land the hands, bring the back knee in, and come to seated. Starting into our twist track next. So taking your right foot either in front of the knee or behind the knee for more advanced work. Making sure both hips are on the ground. Plant your hand behind you on the right side and gently rotate to that right shoulder. Just take your time with it. Breathe into it. Allow the twist to come from the upper back and use your core for support in the rotation. If you want to advance this pose, the option is to grab hold of the outside edge of that right foot and gently press it out to the front and reaching your back arm away, twisting into the back arm. You choose your effort and intensity. You can also plant the back hand and take that foot across the body a little more to get a little more outer thigh stretch. Let's switch the legs up now. Same move, other direction. So you want to bring either the foot in front of the knee or behind the knee, making sure both hips are landed, belly's braced tall through the spine, and we rotate, planting the left hand behind you like a second spine to help keep you supported in your twist. So you may wonder to yourself, why do we bother with these twisting poses? Not only does it bring flexibility for the spine, but it also gives an internal massage to all those internal organs through the thoracic of your body. So through your belly, your chest, it's a beautiful twist and massage for that area. Remember your option now, if you want to, taking the hand to the outside of the foot, press the heels forward. And if you want to advance this, you can extend your arm back. You choose where you want to be. reaching back. If this is uncomfortable for you, option to land the hand behind you and just draw that top leg across the body towards your right side, giving you a little more stretch along the outside of the leg. Now let's come into a lying down position. Lying down with our arms wide and the shoulders down. Allow the back leg to land. Extend the front leg up and rotate that front leg to the back. You can bend your knee or keep the leg straight. It's really up to you what works for your body today. Eyes turn to the front, knee goes to the back. So just notice the rotation through the spine, the release through the back and shoulders. Nice job. Come back to center, bend the both knees. Extend now your back leg and allow the bottom leg to straighten and roll over to the front. So again, remember, turn your eyes away from the extended leg, just rotating through the back. You should feel a beautiful stretch coming in from the tip of the crown through the spinal column to the tailbone. And just breathe into that. Nice work, everyone. Bring your knees back to your chest. Just stretch out the back of the body. Then land the back foot, grabbing hold of the backs of the legs. And we're going to get a stretch for our hamstrings now. Extend your bottom leg out. And you can place your hands either on the back of the thigh or on the back of the calf, whatever works best for you. But we really just want to feel the stretch coming down the back of the leg. If it's too much for your back, I recommend that you bend your bottom leg so that the knee is pointing to the sky and the foot is landed. And then whether your leg behind you is straight or bent, open up the front leg towards the front of the room, all the while maintaining the hips on the ground. So we don't want the hips to move at all. The hips should stay landed. And then when you're ready, open up the back leg. So now you have wide legs in the air. Options here for the stretch. For our adductors, we want to bring our hand to the inside of the thigh for more stretch, or on the outside of the thigh for more support. You choose where you want to be with this. Nice work. Bring the knees in. Extend your front leg now and reach with the back leg to the sky. Remember your options for hand placement, whatever works for you. Just breathe into the stretches. And when you feel ready, either with this leg straight or with that front leg bent, open up to the back wall. And just allow the stretch to come into the legs, the inner thigh. Stretch out your arm if that's comfortable. And then when you feel ready, take the bottom leg up. And so now you have both legs wide to the sky. And remember, hand placement is up to you, either on the inside or on the outside of the leg. Just feel that stretch happening for the body. Enjoy it. Let it land. Very nice. Bring the knees together. And we're going to roll up. Turning our mats. So we're facing front. Coming into a fold position, so feet are hip distance apart to start us off. And we breathe out as we come forward to our fold. Step back with your right foot. Drop the back heel down, then slowly bringing your nose towards your knee, creating that pyramid pose. Don't worry if it doesn't make it all the way. And if you're feeling too much stretch here, the option is to bend the knee or bring the hands right up onto the thigh. This is always an option. But whatever position you choose, make sure you're doing it with a long lifted spine, so we're creating length there. Then taking your right hand across to the left shin, open up your left hand to the sky, and we're rotating. We're creating a beautiful rotation, opening up our shoulders, opening up our chest. Slowly bring that hand down, step in with the feet, and switch. So you want to take this left foot back, setting up your pyramid pose. The back heel is landed. The toes are turned out slightly. And you want to keep a nice long lifted spine coming towards your knee with the chest. Remember your options here. If this is very profound, so if the stretch is too much, your option is to bend your knee or bring your hands right up onto the thigh. But just take your time getting into the position. Now we're going to go into our twist. So the left hand is on the ground and we open up with the right hand, squeezing the upper back muscles, opening the shoulders, chest. Just feel the stretch lengthening through the top of the body and down the side of the leg. Good job. Bring the hands down. Land your back knee down. And we're going to come to lying on our backs. Setting up for a bridge position. So heels on the mat, shoulders down, heels close to your bum as much as you can, and then lift up. Palms face up, squeeze your butt, actively press the heels into the ground. Just feel the activation there in the hamstring muscles, the butt, and the back. Slowly bring the back down, taking the soles of the feet together into open butterfly position with the extended arms overhead. So just breathe into that. Take your time with this. Allow your body to restore. We're going to move into our meditative state. So if you want to readjust, please go ahead and do that now. You can come to lying on your back with the legs straight and the arms out to the side. Or you can choose to come to a seated position. Whatever you choose, just allow your body to melt down to the boards of the ground, having complete faith and trust in the floor to support you. Relax your face, your jaw, your shoulders. Give yourself this time and space to breathe deeply and allow the benefits of the work that we've done to land in the body. Beautiful restorative stretches for our bodies that work just so hard for us every day. So breathing in through your nose, allow that breath to open up your throat, to lift your belly and abdomen, tucking your chin in just a little bit to create length into the back of your neck. And keep that breath coming in through the nose and breathing out just as slow. Just take this time now to notice how you're feeling in your body. And send that breath to the tender areas. Breathing in to nourish all the cells of the body, bringing oxygen to the extremities. Breathing in naturally through the nose, and breathing out, releasing the face, the jaw, the shoulders. Just enjoy this moment. Recover. Breathing naturally. Breathing out, releasing and letting go. Now I'd like you to visualize yourself as a crystal and envision that crystal being dropped into a pool of water, allowing that crystal to float down to the bottom and landing and settling there at the bottom of the pool. And as thoughts and emotions come to your mind, just let them drift by like leaves floating by on the surface of the pool. Try not to become involved in the content of your thoughts. Just be undisturbed. Let them float by. Notice the sun shining on that beautiful crystal, filling it with light and energy. Let that light and energy reflect out. Notice the peaceful calm and the feeling of protection you feel as you nestle down into the sand at the bottom of the pool. Just peaceful and calm. Just relax your face and your jaw. Allow this time for your body to rejuvenate, restore energy. Now slowly in your own time, start to waken the body again. Start gently by wiggling your fingers and toes, rolling through your wrists and ankles. And then when you're ready, drawing one knee into the chest at a time, flatten out the back, grab hold of your shins, and just circle the knees in the clockwise direction, just massaging the lower back and spine. And then rotating in the opposite direction, circling counterclockwise. And then when you feel ready, just roll over to your side body and gently push yourself back up to seated in a comfortable position. I recommend keeping the eyes closed. Just notice how you're feeling in your body in this moment. Sitting comfortably on your mat with a long lifted spine. Notice the beautiful openness that you've created through the shoulders and the back. the liftedness through the chest and the heart space, and the calm peacefulness in your mind. Let's try and remember this feeling in our body and come back to this place when you feel stressed. Remember the place where your body and your breath is calm and peaceful. Breathing in one last time together as a group, lifting the hands overhead. Prayer hands come together, back to heart center. I'd like to thank you all for joining me here today and sharing your time. Namaste. Please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate all of you. From my heart to yours, all the best.